This week on the Charger Bulletin News, a celebration of life to remember those who passed in the October motor vehicle accident, a look into WNHU, and energy conservation methods within the university. Right here on Charger Bulletin News. Hello, and welcome back to the Charger Bulletin News. My name is Valentina Ortiz-Elian.
And my name is Samuel Weinman. Let's dive into this week's stories.
This past Wednesday, November 9th, the university hosted a celebration of life for the two graduate students who passed away in a motor vehicle accident on October 25th. Say Narasimha Patansetti and Pavani Gulapalli were honored in a gracious ceremony in the David A. Beckerman Recreation Center. Both would have graduated this upcoming year. The ceremony began with a welcome from Dean of Students Ophelia Roe-Allen, followed by a verse from the Mahabharata recited by Pujari Jagadish Sharma. Opening remarks from Interim President Shayan Zanger and recitation of the Hindu mantra by Pujari Sharma. Tributes to Say and Pavani were read by Dean Ophelia Roe-Allen and Executive Director of Enrollment Operation Selina O'Toole, respectively. In paying respect to Patansetti, Dean Roe-Allen spoke that he was, quote, a fun-loving guy, jovial guy who wore sarcasm on his sleeve always, and he was ever present virtually to all his family and friends. He shared a loving bond with everyone he touched. O'Toole described Gulapalli as having, quote, a ton of hobbies and even more talents. Some, just to mention, are painting, listening to music, but her most important one, and the one she loved the most, was teaching children in India and preparing them for exams. Both were among the first in their families to make the journey to the United States. In a touching remembrance from friends of the deceased, Amna Jalali and Jashpreet Singh Malhotra of the Indian Student Council expressed their thanks to the university for holding the celebration of life, as well as those attending and supporting the people most affected, while also reminding students about the importance of our counseling and psychological services during trying times like this. Graduate Student Council President Pratik Mansingh followed with the quote, those who leave never come back, only their memories come back. He emphasized that as important as it is to mourn, it is equally important to celebrate the lives of those who pass in settings such as these. Their quote, dreams, aspirations, expectations, goals, and potential, unquote. And to also celebrate these facts for those who are living with the painful reminder that life can be cut short, still ringing through our campus community. To close out the ceremony, Malhotra Jalali and Ishmet Kaur Malhotra performed a pair of songs in honor of Sai and Pavani, followed by a moving slideshow of pictures featuring them alongside their loved ones, with the final closing remarks read by Dean Roe-Allen. We at the Charger Bulletin News appreciate the university for putting together this gathering, as well as all that spoke and attended, and we express our deepest condolences to the families of Sai and Pavani.
WNHU is a student-run radio broadcast that is celebrating their 50-year anniversary. WNHU has made it a goal to celebrate their anniversary with community outreach and involvement. Their student-run shows have risen from 2 at the beginning of the semester to 20 now. And station manager Jess Finn added her thoughts on the progress of these goals, stating that the station is interested in working with all students interested in starting a show. Some of these shows include Good Company, run by Jess Finn and Harley Angelillo, which happens every Wednesday from 10 to 12 p.m. This show features a different theme each week, with this week being on repeat, playing songs that have been, as the theme states, on repeat for the week. Other shows include The Kitchen Sink, run by Logan Dumas and JJ Dionisio, happening every Wednesday from 9 to 10 p.m., and Beat Frequencies, run by Jimmy Case, every Sunday from 8 to 9 p.m. WNHU is celebrating another milestone with the addition of their new website, WNHU.org, that features their 50 for 50 event, where they are currently raising $50,000 for repairs and student opportunities at the station. If you are interested in getting involved, check out their website for more information. WNHU also offers students the unique ability to earn credits for their work at the station. Reach out to Professor Bruce Barber via email at bbarber@newhaven.edu.
Now let's head to Sadie with the latest in entertainment. What's new this week, Sadie?
Thanks, guys. This weekend, it was announced that singer-songwriter Aaron Carter has passed away. The singer of iconic songs such as I Want Candy and I'm All About You died on November 5th in Lancaster, California at the age of 34. It is reported that Carter was found dead in a bathtub in his home. After his autopsy, the cause of death is still unknown. Carter was preceded in death by his fiancée Melanie Martin and their son Prince Carter. News outlets and social media are sending their condolences to his family during this time. Chris Evans has been named the 2022 Sexiest Man Alive by People magazine. Evans has been in the Hollywood spotlight for many years, but claims he never saw this kind of title coming his way. Following the news, Evans says he will be bracing for the playful harassment from his friends, but, quote, his mom will be so proud. Evans succeeds fellow Marvel actor Paul Rudd in this title. It was announced on Monday that Jimmy Kimmel will return to the Academy Awards for a third time to host the 2023 Oscars. After hosting the shows in both 2017 and 2018, Kimmel states that, quote, being invited to host the Oscars for a third time is either a great honor or a trap, end quote. The producers of the 95th Oscar Awards are Glenn Weiss and Ricky Kirshner, and the show will air on Sunday, March 12, 2023. Singer-songwriter Rihanna has released a new single, Lift Me Up, for the upcoming movie Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. This is Rihanna's first single since her last album release in 2016, and fans are more than excited to hear her singing again. Her single has landed number 2 on the Billboard Top 100 since its release and gained over 25 million streams in just one day. Fans are looking forward with anticipation of the release of new music in the future. That's all for entertainment. I'm Sadie Frazier-Reed, and now let's head to Justin Coviello with Student Life.
Thank you, Sadie. If you're looking for a good time, stop by the German Club on Friday, November 11th for Kappa Gamma Rho's Say What? Talent Show. This is their annual event where members of the student body get to show off and display their talents, no matter how impressive or wacky they might be. In preparation for this event, the brothers could be seen all throughout this past week, tabling in Bartels or playing lawn games in the Bixler-Gerber Quad. Doors open at 12:30 p.m., and the event will run from 1 to 3 p.m. If you'd like to register for the event or for any questions, email them at kgr@newhaven.edu. And in the case that you're unable to register beforehand, they will also be accepting walk-on acts. Hope to see you there. This past Wednesday, November 9th, University of New Haven Athletics and the Center for Student Engagement, Leadership, and Orientation collaborated to host their Chargers Madness event in the Charger Gymnasium. With performances from the New Haven cheerleaders, dance team, Incendio, elite step team, and Miss Majorettes, a three-point contest, a live scrimmage, giveaways for 2 lucky attendants and t-shirts for the first 200 entrants, and introductions to all the players from both basketball teams, it was truly a great way to kick off the upcoming season, as the women's team begins their season at home against Georgian Court this Saturday, November 12th at 6 p.m., while the men's team holds their home opener next Saturday, November 19th at 3:30 p.m. against Adelphi. For future events like this one, make sure to check Charger Connection and for both CeeLo and the athletics department. CBN's Andrea Rojas has more on this topic.
This past weekend saw an exciting array of events as the campus community greeted homecoming weekend. Saturday was a big day for the New Haven football team, who took to the field against Franklin Pierce for their homecoming game. It was a beautiful day for football, and it marked the final game in Delacamera Stadium for 21 New Haven players, making it an emotional day for many. 7 of the 21 players continued to stick with the team even after the COVID pandemic canceled the 2020 season, making this game the end of a tough battle to continue playing, but doing so on a high note. Despite a rough start, the Chargers were able to turn on the Jets in the second half, pulling ahead by 20 points, adding another 21 in the third quarter. Franklin Pierce was only able to find the end zone once in the fourth quarter, and the game concluded in a massive win for the Chargers, 50-6. After an exciting Saturday, the campus stayed lively into Sunday with Fall Fest. Sponsored by the Music Industry Club, Fall Fest featured 4 bands spread out across the day. Starting at noon were performances in the German Club from Kinda Cool and Hope You Like Roses. Kinda Cool, composed of 5 university students, Logan Dumas on bass, Deanna Fielding on drums, Harley Angelilio on keyboard, and Elise Browell and Jada De Jesus on vocals and guitar, opened with energy that set up the rest of the day, and were soon followed up by Hope You Like Roses, who blew the roof off the German club. While Hope You Like Roses is made up of students from different schools, its lead singer, Just Finn, is a communication major here at the University of New Haven. The live performances took a break until later in the afternoon, setting up in the Gerber-Bixler Quad on the Bartell Student Activity Center patio. The first of the 2 bands was campus favorite Big Tuesday, who premiered a finished version of their new song Remainders, which they first performed at the Music Industry Club's open mic night before the song was completed. Following up Big Tuesday was Carl, a band led by University of New Haven alumnus David Reed. Their lo-fi sound was a great way to close out the evening as the sun set on Fall Fest and homecoming weekend. This has been Andrea Rojas, Charger Bulletin News.
For future events like this one, make sure to check Charger Connection for both CeLo and the athletics department. Now we head to Jada Mirabel with the latest in campus sports.
Thanks, Justin. We're at the end of an exciting season, but a new one is just about to get started. This past Saturday, the women's volleyball team faced off against St. Michael's. It was a close first set as the Chargers trailed the Purple Knights by 5 points, but we picked up the pace in the following sets, getting ahead by 5 in the second set, dominating the third, and winning the fourth set by a narrow 2 points. The volleyball team advanced to the Northeast 10 Conference Championship with the quarterfinal game taking place on the road against Adelphi. As of recording, we are awaiting the results of the game to see if the Chargers will advance to the semifinal round. On Wednesday, the women's field hockey team remained on the road to face the Mercy Mavericks. The Chargers had a rough start while Mercy found the back of the net twice in the first 3 quarters. Freshman Aaron Smith managed to score a late goal in the fourth quarter, but the Mavericks made up for the point as soon as the teams reset. Field hockey moves to 8-4 in conference play and will return home on Saturday to hold their senior day as they face off against St. Anselm at 1 p.m. at Ralph Dellacamera Stadium. After a stunning homecoming game, the New Haven football team will hit the road to play against Southern Connecticut State this Saturday in their final conference game ahead of championships. The football team is 5-1 in conference play, and if they can win against the Owls, they could hope to earn a spot in the Division II playoffs. Looking forward to indoor sports for the winter season, men and women's basketball is soon to start up. Women's basketball will hit the court first in an out-of-conference game, playing this Saturday at home in Charger Gymnasium against Georgian Court at 6 p.m. They will host their first conference game against Adelphi on Wednesday, November 16th at 5:30 p.m. The men's basketball team will join the women on the court on Wednesday, starting out with a conference game on the road against St. Michael's. Then hosting on Saturday, November 19th at home against Adelphi for their second conference game. That's all for sports this week. Back to you guys at the desk.
The university is continuing their efforts to be more energy efficient. Residential and commuter students who normally park within the Dunham parking lot will see changes made to 4 of the parking spaces available. These spaces have been turned into electric charging stations for electric-run vehicles. Additional parking spaces within the library and Buckman Hall lots have been marked off accordingly with colored flags and paint to indicate the various underground pipes and wires that are currently in the works. Located near the Buckman Utility Building will be a fuel cell. According to those associated with the project, the fuel cell will use the chemical reactions of unbonding water molecules to create electricity to power many of the buildings that surround the Maxi Quad. This will allow the university to take less power from the local grid. Ground is scheduled to be broken within the next few months of this monumental project.
This Friday, November 12th, the Center for Student Engagement, Leadership, and Orientation, the Office of Residential Life, and the Office of Graduate and International Life are hosting Charger After Dark karaoke night. This event takes place in the German Club Ballroom, where students will be able to enjoy a fun karaoke night, perform as a solo or in groups, and be eligible to win prizes. Food and beverage will be provided in addition to insomnia cookies. Get together your group of friends and head out to enjoy your Friday night by participating.
That's all the time we have for this week.
You can check out the latest Charger Bulletin newspaper on chargerbulletin.com or newsstands around campus.
Stay up to date by following us on social media at Charger Bulletin.
And check out our link tree for access to our podcast, Behind the Bulletin.
Until next week, I'm Valentina Ortiz-Elian.
And I'm Samuel Weinman. And stay safe, and thank you for watching.